What is up, folks? My name is Skunk Commentary, and oh man, today we have one hell of a video. And yes, I use that word deliberately because today we're gonna talk about Satanism. In other words, Hail Satan! Nah, but yeah, today we're gonna talk about. As usual, you guys know me. I'm not looking forward to whenever I have a school ball to attend because I'll be late to that one. Because yeah, recently, about a month ago, there was a thing in America called Satancon, which I just think as a non-Satanist, fun for the Satanists, I guess. That is all my opinions on it. But not many people did share my opinions, and today we're gonna talk about that a little bit because this is just so. No one's made a video on it, and I felt like, well, I as a nihilist, you know, the best group to talk about Satanists, and the extremely Christian America has to bring this up, and yeah, I'm just, I think this is almost funny, but anyway, so, YouTuber Ben Shapiro, who I think a lot of you people know as a fairly big YouTuber, he was not too happy about Satancon because, well, America is a very, very Christian country. Or at least USA. And I, as a nihilist, I don't agree with that, with Christianity. But I have nothing against the Lutheral, I think it's called, Christianity. That is something I don't have a problem with. And most of the European, most of the Lithuanian or whatever it's called, Lithuanian Christians have been nice to me, and I generally think that they do them, I do me. Yeah, that is the best way I can put it in, and I think that is how it should be with religion. Religion is everyone's choice, and if you believe in something that I don't believe in, whatever. But Satanism is, for me at least, a religion that is as okay to have as any other religion. There is nothing wrong with it unless you're... this might be controversial to say, but I don't think a religion is wrong. I think how you use the religion and what claims you make because of that you're a part of the religion, that is when it can go wrong. And I don't feel like an extremist for saying that, at least, but religion in itself is it's a tricky topic. But what happened on Satancon is that people who are Satanists, well, they did some satanic stuff. I mean, Satanism is basically anti-Christianity, and if there's something America hates more than no, I'm not gonna make those bad jokes yet. But something they hate more, it's something that's anti-Christianity. And America is a very Catholic country. And, well, people at Satancon were like, yeah, let's go anti-Christianity. And I think that is a totally valid thing to do. I mean, people have called Satanism a cult, people have called it a lot of things throughout the years, when in fact, Satanism in itself is not a bad thing. Wait, Skunk Comment, now someone's saying like, oh my god, Skunk Commentary is a Satanist! And I'm gonna say right now, I have been called Satanist before by people who don't know what nihilism is. That is how simple it is. But before we bring up all the things about Satancon and why it was controversial, let's see some of the fundamental tenets of Satanism. I have this from the Temple of Satan's official website. So, the 7 fundamental tenets. 1. One should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. That sounds just fair. If you see that as something wrong, well, that is... yeah, then there's something wrong with you. No, but, like, that just feels like be nice to other people. That's nothing bad. The second tenet. The struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. They want justice. That's just good. 3. One's body is inviolable subject to one's own will alone. Again, do what you do with your life. Fourth, the freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend, to willfully and unjustly encroach upon freedoms of another is to forgo. I can't speak today. I'm starting to almost. I'm following in a great undertaking's footsteps with not being able to speak in the videos. I'm kidding. I love a great undertaking's content. Anyway, to willfully forgo one's own. Number 5. Beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit one's beliefs. That is again just, being... that is not bad. That is just being factful. Number 6. People are fallible. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. Again, that is just being a normal, decent human being. And yeah, that is not extreme. That is just being a normal human being. What the fuck happened to the gameplay there? And number 7. Every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. So basically, to sum it up, don't be a dick. And honestly, a lot of those things I think is just good. I am a nihilist, as I've been very open with. I am a optimistic nihilist, which means that I believe that everyone only has one life. Do what you want to do with it, but make the most out of every day and just be a good motherfucker. I don't think that is like too extreme as me to say, and people have called me a Satanist because I listen to Ghost. I'm not joking with that, by the way. That is not a joke. People have called me a Satanist because I listen to Ghost, and I think that is someone's not doing their homework, just saying. But I think that, again, Satanism in itself is not a bad thing. And I think that Christianity, at least Catholicism, I, again, don't have anything against Lutheran Christianity. I'm just gonna call it that for now. The Christianity we have here in Sweden, at least. And the Swedish church, everyone I met from there has been a wonderful person. But then we have to... now let's talk about what happened at Satancon. Let's stop beating around the bush here, because at Satancon, there was a girl who ripped out pages of the Bible. Again, being anti-Christian. And as a literature enjoyer, like I literally just read a Stephen King short story. Not kidding. But I think that books shouldn't be harmed in any way. But that pissed off people in America. People in America were pissed off to all hell and beyond. And yes, I'm gonna use like words like hell and all that just for comedic effect now. But yeah, I think that in itself, like, people have been talking shit about Satanists for so long that destroy Bible. I don't think it's right, but it is not that bad. And again, because if you remember back in the beginning of the video, I mentioned Ben Shapiro. He was like, well, try doing the same with Quran. Well, here is the newsflash. I'm just gonna say, Satanism has nothing to do with Islam. Absolutely nothing. What it has to do with, however, is Christianity, because Satanism is anti-Christianity. It is supposed to be the opposite. And also, burn the Quran. We already have a guy over here in Europe doing it. I've talked a little bit about him. Maybe you might have heard of my videos of Rasmus Paludan. I've been very vocal about that. Anyway, I think that talking about would you do the same with Quran, I just think that is like just trying to get away from the fact that in America at least, or in the world, there's been the whole satanic panic thing going on for far too long, and there's been a lot of misconceptions about Satanism. And I feel like I almost need to again say it, but I am not a Satanist. I do think that Satanism has some points, but I don't think I agree with every single one of it. But when America has talked so much shit about Satanism for years, like even back in the 60s, there was a satanic panic. I think that you all can remember how crazy America is when it comes to a lot of religious stuff, and Satanism has been one of the big topics when it comes to religion in America, and people has been pissed about it for years. And yeah, people have called Satanism all kinds of bad things, and I just think that is just stupid. Like, Christianity is also, in my opinion at least, not a not a religion for me, and I once actually identified as a Satanist. That was for a couple of quick months. Why can't I speak today? I'm so upset about this. But yeah, I don't see a problem with Satanism. I see as much of a problem with Satanism as I see with Christianity. Take that however you... No, actually, I see more problems with some parts of Christianity than Satanism. And again, the Christianity I am referring to is the one popular in America, Catholicism. I don't believe in Catholicism. There we go, end of that combo. But like, I think that if Satanists want to have their own convention, fine by me. I'm not a Satanist. I'm not gonna go to it. It's not for me. But again, then if Americans are allowed, or if Christians are allowed to hang out in church every Sunday, we should allow Satanists to go to their temples or whatever one time. I think that is just fair. And to be completely honest, again, I think that the satanic panic thing, it's just a big overreaction. I think a lot of things about America though is big overreactions, but like, if someone really has something against Satanists, who is the bad guy then? Yeah, just think about that. Because from all the Satanists I've met a lot of Satanists, and none of them has been like this, this extreme, let's burn the Bible, let's sacrifice goats in our basement, like the Hollywood Satanism, as I'll just call it, because that is the best way of describing it. The Hollywood Satanism is not real, or at least it is not the real Satanism that the Temple of Satan and Church of Satan, all that, are working with. And I think that real Satanism is not bad at all. Again, end of argument. Because also, the thing about Satanism that I just find a little bit interesting is that with all of the people calling it taboo, what am I gonna say more? Isn't it like people who haven't done the research? That is actually there's actually a thing I've seen about the people who I've met that has been like, oh, Satanism is taboo. You don't know what real Satanism is now, do you? Again, I'll refer to my experiences as a nihilist. A fucking nihilist. I was like, oh, you're Satanist. And I was like, no, I am not. I'm a nihilist. You should do your research. Satanism has nothing to do with nihilism and vice versa. But again, like, people think that Satanism is something like big, scary and all that, but cult-like, but really it is not. And there's just so many misconceptions about this religion. That is also an atheistic religion. People don't sacrifice anything to the devil. Jesus Christ. Another thing that I actually, if we're gonna skip past the whole satanic panic discussion for a bit, or at least change it up a little bit, because I think that you don't want to hear me sitting here for a couple more minutes and just ranting about that. But one thing that Satanism actually is good at is, well, they have beliefs that are at least a bit more, I wouldn't say, how to say that? They have more recent beliefs, at least. Recent, yeah, that word works. They have beliefs that are more modern than Catholicism. They have more modern beliefs than Islam and just a bunch of religions. For example, Satanism, like if you remember way back in the beginning of the video when I talked about their fundamentals, their rules and all that, they believe that your body, your choice. They think that if you, for example, if you want to, do an operation to change your gender, fine by them. Religion doesn't stop that. Or same with abortions, which are both hot topics in America. And another thing that Ben Shapiro brought up quite a bit in his video about how, well, Satanism was banned or something. Yeah, that at least he was not fond of the satanic girl burning the Bible, or no, ripping pages of the Bible. By the way, if this girl who did that, if you watch this video, hit me up, please. No, I'm kidding. But like, yeah, I think that Satanism, because Catholicism has been on Satanism's ass for over 50 years by now. That's a lot of time. Like, that is way longer than it should be. And what do I think about that? Well, maybe Catholicism, Satanists aren't that bad, aren't bad people like you have claimed them to be for the last 50 years, and maybe you trying to tabooify it. That was such a bad word for it, but like, yeah, if you really just make something bad, then of course people are gonna join it and be like, yeah, this is good, just to make you pissed. It's not rocket science to say that. Like, how many teenagers have you seen rebel and be like, adopting some form of Satanism? How common isn't that? Especially in America, where people are super religious. Yeah, I think that this wraps up my little discussion about Satanism today. And yeah, I think that as some parting words, have whatever religion you want. I can't care more about what religion you have, but at least let others have their choice of religion too. Don't discriminate against religion, no matter what it is. I'm a nihilist, like I've said. I believe that nothing truly matters. That sounds kind of depressive. But like, yeah, be good to each other. How hard is it, people? Just, if some people want to have a satanic convention, let them. It's not that deep. And yeah, until next time, my name is Skunk Commentary, talking about Satan! And yeah, signing out. Take care, folks, and yeah, goodbye.